We'll then have the reading of the minutes of the 2015 annual meeting.
Okay, the Freedom Museum annual meeting, April 14th, 2015, was held at 7:05. Well, let me start over because I'm reading the wrong thing. Okay, the 2015 annual meeting of the Freedom Museum Board was called to order on April 14th at 7:05 p.m. Members present were Dixie Stansberry, Rob Doherty, Bob Sievert, Charlotte Turner, Sandy Wimmer, and Judy Devine. Guests attending were Bob Forbes, Vanessa Gerloff, and Louise Darr. Reading of the 2014 annual minutes were read and approved in motion by Rob, seconded by Charla, with all voting yes. Treasurer's report was given by Bob Sievert, which reflected an opening balance of $2,957.22. A banknote rate of 3.24% was explained. Report was approved as presented. Rob Doherty made a motion, Charla seconded, and all voted yes. Sievert proposed paying the electric bill at a set rate of $220 a month to allow for more flexibility in the budget. He will talk to AEC and take care of the necessary steps to start this process. A motion by Charla and seconded by Dixie to approve this proposal passed unanimously. Sievert also stated that he plans to purchase a file cabinet, on wheels preferably, and an all-in-one printer, scanner, and copier. A recap of 2014 activities include the Oklahoma City Car Club visit, the Ladies Salad Supper and Fundraiser, Rodeo Saturday, Beef Raffle, Car Show on Main Street, and our guest book shows approximately 880 visitors visited the museum throughout the year. The last item on the agenda was the election of board members. Nomination committee members were Shirley Wagner, Janelle Rutlinger, and Michelle Schroeder. Positions up for election this year were treasurer, secretary, and member. The following were elected to continue the positions they already held: Dixie Stansberry, member; Bob Sievert, treasurer; and Judy Devine, secretary. The meeting adjourned at 7:58 p.m.
Do we have any additions or corrections to the minutes? Then I'll entertain a motion to approve them as read.
I'll make the motion that the minutes be approved as read.
I'll second.
All in favor, show of hands. Motion carried. Because Bob Sievert is not here this evening, he has a death in his family. He sent me the financial report, and I'll go through what I have given you in your board packets. Basically says that in the checking account as of March 31st, we had $17,374.25. We have a CD on file for $13,602.65, and remember that CD is our endowment fund. And we do not use any of the principal from that, but rather just use the interest earned for operating and expenses. We have passbook savings account with $5,565.96, which gives us total assets of $36,542.86. And I would interject there that in that checking account, part of that money is earmarked from our last grant from the Share Trust. So part of that will go to building improvements and on-site repairs. Our loan balance, excitedly, is below $20,000 now at $19,464.41. And on the 31st of March, we had accrued interest of $101.21, which totaled our liability at $19,565.62. So we started, when we built the Burnham exhibit, we had to borrow $45,000 to complete the exhibit. So we have chiseled away at that at a pretty good pace for all those years and reduced it, we think, pretty well. The loan history is given to you if you want to study that. And he has explained the interest payments and the reason they were different. from last year to this year was the number of days that we paid them. Bob also gave us an update on our averaging plan with Alfalfa Electric. It looks like that has worked for us pretty well to just make an average payment each month on the electricity. We've been paying $210 a month, and that actually built us up enough surplus that when we got those larger electric bills in the winter months, we had surplus money to take care of those. The February bill was $403. So Bob's suggestion is that we continue the monthly draft but increase the amount some. So I would suggest that we not take any action on his suggestions until he's back with us. Any questions about that? That I probably can't answer because he's the treasurer.
Make a motion to accept it. If you guys are reading. Yes.
We have a motion by Judy to accept the treasurer's report as presented. Dixie seconds, and show of hands in favor. In recapping the year's activities, we had our Lady Salad Supper fundraiser in June of last summer, and your net revenue from that was
I'll tell you just a second.
$3,882. The way we do that, we have just a ladies' night out, which has come to include the fellas too, because the food's really good, and we gather donated items, and we have a kind of little auction thing going on with tickets, and we sell the tables.
3,880.
We'll be calling you to sponsor a table, and we decorate them by different themes, and we have about 80 people who show up at that, and it will make $3,500 to $3,800 each year, and that takes care of our operating expenses month to month for the whole year. So it's
$400 a person. Wow.
it does really well. And we have another of those scheduled for June 17th this summer. So
But it only costs $10 for a
Where do
ticket.
you hold it?
we have it at the Methodist Church Fellowship Hall. And
Tickets are $10 a piece, and then we have all these raffle items that they get kind of heavy bidding going on there.
Like that chocolate festival, the Alva Library.
yes, yes. And we have a beef raffle. We've for 3 years now, I believe, we've raffled a half beef during the rodeo. I don't have Bob's figures on that from last year, but do you remember about what we took in?
3, 2.
Let's see here. Beef wrapper, $2,330.
33?
$2,330, yeah.
Yeah, 23.30.
Okay, and we managed to get the half beef donated, and we managed to get the processing donated, so that is one of the main ways that we've been paying on our principal on our note for the last few years. We counted the guest register a while ago, and we had 894 people who signed from last year's annual meeting through this last week, so we're actually up a few visitors, which is always good. We had people from Europe in this year. We had a family came in from Tampico, Mexico about a month ago, and they're always fascinated by what they see in such a small town, small museum, and so it's fun to have those people come by. This last month, we installed the new light fixtures in the main gallery. And at last month's meeting, we voted to buy new fixtures for the machine shed and replace the 1980 models that are not lighting very well. So we're lucky that we have a retired lineman on our board who likes to be in charge of those projects.
He does. You like that?
Oh, yeah.
Item 5 on your agenda is the appointment of board members, and we have 2 positions that retire this year. That would be Rocky Hodson's and mine. I visited with Rocky about 3 weeks ago, and he was very strong in expressing how proud he is to be on this board and that he definitely wants to keep his position on the board. So I did not secure a nominating committee to look for a replacement for him. He's a valuable member of the community and has worked hard for the museum. And so at this time, we entertain nominations from the floor by our bylaws, that if anyone wants to nominate someone for a board position from the floor, you can do so.
I'm making a motion nomination cease.
A second.
So the motion has been made and seconded that Rocky's position be renewed for another 3-year term. And he'll be happy, and I'm happy too. He's fun to work with. The other position is mine, and Rocky and I kind of have an ongoing thing that if he'll stay on, I'll stay on. So I'll be happy to accept a 3-year term on my position also, unless you have a nomination from the floor. Or a volunteer from the floor.
We nominate you.
I've been here for a long time.
You've done a great deal of good work in that long time. It doesn't seem like it's been that long, but,
You know, I don't know how long it has
I was
been.
gonna ask, how long have you been on the board?
Well, when Vernon Bliss went off the board, I took his spot, I believe.
it's been a while, then.
That's been a while, because he's not been with us for quite a while. But in 2007, Mrs. Billy was still chairman of the board. And I was here, but she was still the chairman. And I learned a lot from her. She was my English teacher in high school and my mentor at this museum for a lot of years. And this was her baby. So,
Is yours a 3-year term?
I'm sorry?
Is yours a 3-year term also?
Yes.
Okay.
We just rotate 2 positions each of 3 years, and then there's 1 year that there will be 3 positions. That it's an interesting thing to do. I mentioned earlier that our salad supper coming up is June 17th, and Charlotte's the chairman of those fundraising committees, and I know you've been working on it and fighting fire things. Do you see that with everything you've got going on and that you're involved in? Otherwise, is that date still going to be okay?
Yes, we're still on go.
Okay.
You say that date again?
June 17th. And it's a salad supper with ham.
That makes it more tolerable. All this female food.
Well, ham and potatoes and
Yes.
salads
There
and
will be a
bread.
salad so that we can call it a
The
salad.
first
supper.
year was a salad
Yes.
supper. And then
Yeah,
we added meat.
Chicken salad that first year, and,
Yeah.
and it was fun. But it's a good time for people to get together and eat and visit, and makes us quite a bit of money. And better than that, it's a good time. So I have nothing else on my agenda. The board members, do you have anything else to bring up?
I don't.
Audience, do you have any comments that you'd like to share with us? We're glad you're here, Brett and Terry.
Yes.
I think you're newcomers to this.
Well, thank you. We just show our support.
You show your support, you're having a good
Appreciate
job.
that.
Yes.
we appreciate
We'll be
that.
hanging lights in the shed real soon.
We've got some big behind at the bank too. We've got a 1970 models.
I might be able to get you a crew. If we have nothing else to come before the business of the group, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I want to say one thing, that when Lynn asked you earlier, what would we like for people to know about the museum? And you said that we're here, but I don't think people realize what it costs to keep the doors open locally. You know, people just, we're here and we,
Can I get a copy of your financial report
Sure.
so I can maybe write about it?
It's-
Yeah.
I think you would, if we tallied it out, it costs us right at $700 a month just to keep the doors unlocked because of the insurance and utilities and everything. Insurance, we got a new policy last year at a really good price and it went up 20% this year.
Because I was, when I was interviewing you on the audio a while ago, I almost asked you, how do you pay your electric bills? And now I
Yeah.
know.
that, you know, that's the main reason for these fundraisers, is to keep the doors open. We don't, the only reason we're showing a little bit of money now is because we did get a grant from Sheriff Trust.
Is it
That's-
air conditioned?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All of the enclosed areas, the machine shed's not air conditioned. That would be a long-range project, but it would just about have to be totally rebuilt,
You got insulation.
insulation, and we'd need to do a drop ceiling and the whole thing, and so we haven't done that.
There's lots of people come and visit though and don't leave a donation.
Yes.
They'll come from the caves or go to the caves, and I think their tickets kind of expensive out there, but they don't, not, few do, you know, but not everybody leaves a donation.
It's kind of one of the, we've never charged admission. We tried it one year during the rodeo and it was not very successful. We have a lot of expense just on Rodeo Saturday because a lot of the time we're the only public restroom.
And a cool spot.
And it's cool. And so we do have, it's typically 400 people in here on Rodeo Saturday, and it gets really crowded and that makes it hotter. But people don't take donation jars very seriously. You know, they just walk past it and, well, you know, we don't have to, so we won't. But at the same time, we have people who are pretty steadfast in their donations, and like the fellow that gave Dixie the $100 bill the other day down at Woodward will do that every year.